Hello everyone, today I'm going to introduce you about the boys who challenged Hitler. It was taken from a book which was written by Philip Hughes, which won an award. Well, he was helped by a guy who took part in a club called Churchill Club, who of course defeated the hated Adolf Hitler and then dispatched the Nazis, and they had set the ball in motion. Well, they were from Denmark, and first in a city called Odense in Denmark, actually, not Pedersen. Well, the name of person who helped Philip Hughes write the book. Well, they sent a lot of emails together. And they just formed a club called the RAF Club because they were absolutely furious at why the Germans attacked their country and their country hadn't even stand up, unlike the Norwegians who tried to defend themselves but gave up after 2 months mostly because they have too little help. But at least the Norwegians have died in the country they were proud of. They hadn't died in a country like Denmark, which had given up, like just a pigeon to, a cat to a person. They were cowards, and they chickened up. I hate to say this, but I had to because mostly everyone, well, not everybody except the RAF Club, just chickened out and actually liked it. Because there was a lot of money being made. You could just get a few dollars for just one single bullet or something. And German soldiers called it the Ukraine Front, except the RAF Club. Nud Pedersen formed the club with his friend Nud Jorgen, his best friend Nud Helgelund, and also known as Little Nud because he was almost 60 centimeters smaller than Big Nud, which is Nud Pedersen, of course. Okay, then after they formed the club, they led the raids. They just tore down cars from trees and tore down Nazi flags. They also cut off electricity to Nazi headquarters. So, of course, the RAF Club worked doing this atmosphere of things. And then the RAF Club is formed in December 1940. The Germans invaded Denmark and Norway on April 9th, 1940. The other thing is the kittens in front of it. So that's why I hate it. Anyway, let's continue. Even though in an atmosphere like this, the RAF Club kept working. But sadly, in January 1941, Nud Pedersen's father, Edvard Pedersen, but it's in Danish. If you translate it in English, it's just like Edward Pedersen, because most Danish and German words have V words for W. I don't know why, but this is weird. Still, I kind of liked it. Okay, then as you can see, they tried to conquer, but it hadn't ended in Odense. Hans Jorgen and Little Nud continued to expand the RAF Club, while Nud Pedersen went to Aalborg, a city 150 miles north of Odense, which is Denmark's fourth largest city, and it's very important because Aalborg Airport is an especially rare tree because it's very, very useful for Germans. Okay, when they moved there, Nud started his new school word and cathedral school. And remember, Nud's dad is a priest. Then let's continue. Nud and his older brother Jens Pedersen formed a new club called the Churchill Club. Then they invited Helge Muller and another classmate to their home. Then at last they told them about what they have been doing in Odense. And they said they wanted to do it first. Then they went to sabotage some things, but they failed. Mostly because they were chickening out. Because none knew they haven't gotten used to it. Well, I would understand it because you would chicken out if you were planning a bomb raid that could kill yourself, wouldn't you? Or send you to prison for a few years. Or maybe have you executed. You would be afraid, would you? Well, I would. So, Nud Pedersen ran away. Well, for the time being. Then they recruited more people. One called Morgan Feller. The person was so good in physics that the school had given him a key to a physics lab. In the first meeting in December 1941, Nud invited a lot of people. Older boys like Preben and Sagud, and also younger boys like Morgan Spellup, Morgan Frompson, Helge Miller, and everybody to a meeting. The meeting got heated. Preben and Sagud wanted nothing on it, but their younger boys, which are 9th grade during that time, refused to give up. The next day, after the first meeting ended, another boy showed up. He explained himself as Borg, Presben's younger brother, who had heard over his older brother about Churchill Club, and he wanted in. And he said he didn't go to their school, and he was younger by grade. He lived in the nearby town of Nieb, and lived 15 miles from any of them. So he had to pedal by bike with a few hours. Okay, then fast forward. After that, they just went steadily. They stole guns and machine guns and bombs and explosives. Well, I'm not exaggerating. Actually, they didn't steal bombs or explosives, but they recruited 3 older factory workers from Bundesland. And they had also been angry at Hitler and wanted to kill him. Remember, Hitler is a terrible person who killed Jews, and then he invaded Russia, disrupted the world, and destroyed Europe, and but also made America better, but made Japan worse. Well, sort of. Japan will go back to normal in 1974. Then, okay, the Churchill Club was caught in May 1942. It was all blamed to somebody in a cafe called Holles. Which, of course, I said that Denmark was what German soldiers called the Cream Front. Because it was full of pastry and cakes, and anyone would like it. Anyone who has a sweet tooth, right? You would like it, would you? If you like cakes and candies. Denmark is just the same thing. Only you need to learn Danish. And it's similar as German, of course. Okay, so let's continue. So after they were caught, they were sentenced to around 1 to 2 years in prison, and 3 older prisoners and from Bundesliga went to more than 4 years. Well, for me, I would like them because they risk their lives to steal guns, and well, they even melted railroad tracks and damaged like $6 billion of property. I don't know. The thing I know most is, anyway, I always liked them. Even though Nut died in December 18th, 2014, we'll always miss him. Because he's the boy who made Denmark's freedom starting to conquer. To start again. Then they lead to many organizations, like, for example, the Denmark Freedom League, which is inspired by Nud and the Churchill Club, and also other clubs. And the RAF Club had expanded since Nud was in prison. They had taken on more classmates. They had even made a bank raid. They just dropped a bomb into a mobile home and then set it on fire. Then after a few seconds, it exploded, killing many German soldiers. After they were caught, they were deported to Western prison in Copenhagen. And then they were sent to Forslev, a concentration camp, or known as death camps, on the border of Germany and Denmark. A stop to Germany. After they were sent to Germany, most probably were sent to death camps or somewhere and they are being worked to death. For Hans Jogen, he died of TB, a disease that attacks the lungs and let you die slowly and painfully. So that's why I hate it, because it's slow and agonizing, and it's easy to catch. You just have to get them from a cough like this. It's just very easy to catch, right? Anyway, still, let's thank Nud, or Denmark might never be saved. It might just be a German duck. It might just be Hitler's tamed parrot or a loyal dog that turned rogue. Could it be? So all we have to do is thank Nud Pedersen. For little Nud, well, he survived. Luckily, he hid away in his home, I think. Then he survived war, though he went to India and died there a few years later. Too bad. Nud, he died in 2014. Jens, because of lung cancer, he died in 1988. Morgan Spellup, his daughter, participated in the Olympics in 1996. Morgan Spellup died in 1991. Okay, so I think this is the end of my video. Goodbye!